Brandon, I guess the EPS you were looking for, they hit, but not much else.
No, in fact, the guide was a little bit weak. Look, I think the problems that this company has been having over the last 6 months have been well telegraphed, and we knew that 2019 was going to be a transition year. I think the guide of 210, which, by the way, most investors will add 15% to that because the company is a notoriously conservative guider, is still a little bit light compared to at least what the sell side was looking for, which is why I think you're seeing the stock down.
You still have a buy on this stock?
I do. Look, what we said in the last thing that we wrote on this was, again, 2019 was going to be a transition year. There have been some self-inflicted problems at the company. In particular, some of the franchises at Blizzard needed probably a little bit more TLC than they've been getting. Overwatch and Hearthstone in particular. We don't think those franchises are particularly affected by these battle royale games such as Fortnite and the new one, Apex Legends, that you're seeing. And for this company, it's about really focusing in on the key franchises, number one, and number two, bringing IP out of Blizzard to the fan base that is ravenous for it, which we're hoping happens in 2020.
I mean, you mentioned you don't think that Fortnite is necessarily as much of a direct threat to their titles, but is it just in general in terms of soaking up interest and hours, and do other publishers besides Activision have a better answer for that?
Sure. Well, I actually think it's somewhat competitive with the Call of Duty title, which is a first-person shooter title. I was talking specifically about the Blizzard title before that. Do they have an answer? Well, it's interesting. Apex Legends, which came out of nowhere last week, everyone had left EA for dead, and now EA is everyone's darling, is a free-to-play game in the Battle Royale genre. They have Blackout as part of Black Ops, their current Call of Duty version, which they could bring free-to-play if they want to. And it'll be interesting to find out on the call if that might happen.
So, Brandon, just to sum this up, your buy that you maintain on the stock is more because you think the sell-off is overdone than great confidence in the year ahead being a strong one for the company? No,
we've said all along we thought, again, 2019 would be a transition year. We do have confidence in this management team. The last 6 months have been very messy, as we've mentioned. However, this management team has proven they can execute for several years, and it sounds like they're on the right track in terms of fixing things.
Brandon, thanks for joining us. Brandon Ross of BTIG. We should say the stock has been jumping around as well during that interview. It was briefly up 1.5%. It's been down as much as 4% in after-hours trade. It's sort of flat at the moment. No doubt more volatility to come.